Kimberly Johnny.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Johnny, and I'm smiling, but I was hacked again. And I don't understand why, because I'm a mother, I'm married, I have 2 car payments, a mortgage, and a huge credit card bill. Who wants to steal this identity? I used to have this really big, high-paying, unbelievable job, a lot of responsibility. I had a lot of people working for me. I was a middle school teacher. Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Yeah, that's a crazy time, isn't it? Pimples are popping, breasts are exploding, hormones are raging, and that's just me. It's crazy. Kids do not write anymore. All they do is text. So this is how I'm gonna grade them. I'm gonna grade them in text. I'm gonna be like BTWU : outside parenthesis, that's a sad face, fail. Your BFF, LOL, Mrs. J. These 2 boys, when I first started teaching, these 2 boys were passing a note back and forth to each other. I look down, I look at the note, they drew me naked. I ran right down to the principal's office. I said, "Do you see what these 2 kids just did?" She's like, "Yeah, I just saw it online." She's like, "Don't worry, they're gonna be punished." I said, "Let me tell you something. They better go back to art class. They drew me with square nipples." Online teaching was the worst. That COVID teaching was nuts. There were all these rules, okay? You turn off your camera, turn on your camera, don't eat, don't drink, put your penis away. That was just a faculty meeting, sir. It was great. And little Cindy Lou, that was her real name, she would never come to my class. She'd like, Mrs. Johnny, you're always glitching out. And I'd be like, okay. And then she finally comes to class and she pretends she's frozen. But then I would see her mother walk behind and fold laundry. This dating thing is crazy, you guys. I'm just moving on to dating. It's crazy because I met my husband the old-fashioned way. I didn't do it on the swiping left and right. He paid for me. Yes. And I had no idea what he did for a living when we first met. He was always getting up very, very early. He had these crazy hours. He always had a wad of cash. And I thought to myself, ooh, I think I'm dating somebody in the mafia. That could be kind of sexy. Yeah, and then I put 2 and 2 together. I wasn't dating a soprano. I was dating a paper boy. And he's Italian, and he lived in his parents' basement until he was 30 because he's Italian and lives in Queens. And in the basement, you guys, floor to ceiling is all food, okay? Because that's the way the Italians do it. Most of it was expired. But when we first got married, he said he was going home to visit. I think he was just grocery shopping. And he would come home with all this expired food like Billy Beer from the Carter administration. It was crazy. I grew up in a crazy Italian family. My father used to call my periods my minestrone. Every pet I ever had growing up, a duck, a chicken, a rabbit, always ended up in one of my father's recipes. The only pet that survived was my guinea pig because he thought it was Italian. I went downstairs to my husband's home office. I open up there. Supposedly he's doing work down there. I open up the door. There he is, playing online poker, watching Girls Gone Wild, eating a White Castle, listening to Bruce Springsteen. Who said men can't multitask? I'll tell you guys, when you have kids, and especially I had boys, you cannot be naked in front of them anymore. I remember the little boy, my son, came into the bathroom. He's like, "Ma, where's your wanker?" I said, "Honey, Mommy doesn't have a wanker. She has a hoo-ha." He's like, what? A hoo-ha? He's getting very, very, very upset. He goes, well, don't you want a wanker? I said, honey, with a hoo-ha, mommy can get as many wankers as she wants. You guys have been awesome.